Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday live. I apologize for being late. I was having a lot of tech issues getting on for this. So I'm just trying to get my group open and then we are going to get going. So give me just a second. If you are on though and you're watching this, there we go. If you're watching this, say hello so I can see that I'm seeing comments on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I need you all to say hello so that I can make sure I can see everything. Oh, hey, Joya, long time no see. um, just kidding. She was in the masterclass I literally just finished. We are doing a phenomenal 5-day masterclass. We just finished day 4. I think I thoroughly overwhelmed them. Good morning, Kelly. So awesome. Okay, I can see it on the one screen here where I'm streaming through. So this is great. All right, so we're going to get going because I want to be able to give out a lot of info on time management. Hey, Justine, thank you. Okay, I see Instagram too. Okay, cool. So, New York, fun. I was just there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about time management and how we can apply that to REI. Now, I did a whole call for my students where I actually sat with them and explained different things on time management, how to fill out a calendar. I will give you some of those tips as well. I'm going to keep most of it for the students just because it was very much like a full experience. It was over an hour. I'm not going to make you sit here for an hour, but I will go through like top stuff. Time management is an essential skill. Okay. This can help you become more productive. It can help you become more efficient, more effective in achieving your goals. A little background on why, hey, Maria, a little background on why I wanted to talk about this and how I feel like I'm able to help you. I run 4 different businesses right now. I am a single mother. I have no help, no family that lives near me, nothing like that. So I have to not only juggle my own schedule, which is hectic enough, I have to juggle multiple teams. I have to juggle my son's own schedule. He does MMA, he does karate, he does tutoring, he does just regular school, and then also just personal appointments. So getting into the time management and doing those kind of things, it's incredibly crucial that you are disciplined enough to stick to what you need to do. And this is how you get to where, I am, where people that are even more successful than I am. I mean, come on, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. It's all about time management, delegation, what can you do, and things like that. So you really need to sit down and figure out what are your goals? What are your priorities? What needs to be accomplished first and what needs to be prioritized? That needs to first go into your calendar, right? What are the most important things, non-negotiables you need to show up for? And not just for other people, for yourself. Us as women, we tend to just take so much on our plate and give, and don't give any time for ourselves. And it's very sad that happens, right? And it's very tiring for us to do that. And especially when we have like no other choice here to really like be there for people and show up for people because we're so stretched thin. It stresses us out. It puts more guilt on us. So you have to figure out what's a priority, what are non-negotiables. Okay. And you need to create a to-do list. So one of the things I had the students do is I had them split into 4 quadrants, these different tasks, what were necessary that they enjoyed doing, what were necessary, but they didn't really enjoy doing, what did they not enjoy doing, but was necessary, like on like a different level that also made money. And then what was just like a no, I really don't like doing this. This doesn't make me money. This doesn't set me ahead, things like that. So you have to figure out what that is for you. Okay. And you need to create a to-do list to schedule it out. So I use Google Calendar, and this thing, it's robust. I showed my students, it's a ton and a ton of different things scheduled in. I mean, I schedule how long it takes me to drive somewhere. Why do I do that? Think about it. You may schedule back-to-back things to do, but if you don't count and pad in traffic, what it's going to take, what happens? The things later in the day are going to get brushed off and they're going to keep getting thrown off to the other side and things like that. So you want to schedule in everything into this calendar. So on Sundays, what I do is I sit down and I schedule everything out for the entire week without fail every Sunday. When I was in New York City, did it. When I was on my cruise, did it. This is a non-negotiable for me. If I don't do this, my entire week is chaotic. I'm forgetting things. I'm missing things, and it's incredibly stressful on me. And with 4 businesses, you can't drop the ball. When you are the only parent, you can't drop the ball. When you're the only one that can take care of the household, you can't drop the ball here. And so for things like that, and I know people that have way more kids than me and way more things to do. And so planning that out, no matter what, do it in the first thing in the morning before people get up. You will thank yourself. And then what we do is we break it into manageable tasks every single day during those times. So every single day when I go to sit down for a certain business, I already know most likely 90%, things get thrown here and there, of what I need to do during that time. So I'm not sitting there questioning, what should I do? What should I do? Right? That's procrastination. So I will do that. So they're really time management. The night before, and I gave you guys this tip earlier in the week, the night before, I set aside everything I need for the following day. I'm type A, I'm a Virgo, okay? So I set aside everything I need for the following day. And that's down to clothes. I set out my clothes. Actually, I do that on Sunday. I set hunters out the night before. Sunday, I pick out my outfits for the entire week because I don't have time to sit there and choose what I should be wearing. And so I do this for them. And for Hunter, we go in, he'll pack his backpack. We do all of those. He will pack his snacks for the next day. He will do all of that. And then in the morning, we do like his lunch and things like that. So you want to be able to break this down. This is incredibly, incredibly important. My birthday is September 3rd. Thanks, Joy. September 3rd. My lucky number is number 3. And so we do that. The other thing is, while you sit down and do those tasks, you need to avoid multitasking. You need to avoid sitting there and doing a bunch of things at the same time. You want to give like your full focus to the task. You will become much more efficient. Now, I'm the queen of 55 tabs open on my browser. I can jump from thing to thing to thing. But what I notice is when I do that, it takes me way longer to complete a task. So if I schedule out time to sit there and do something, I'm going to sit there and be fully invested. I'm not going to have a bunch of things. Now, this took time. This took time to do. This took time and dedication and always trying to better myself to get to this point. I'm going to tell you, this is trial and error. I love my students. They were so cute. They're like, well, I messed up. Like, I did not give myself enough time here and there. We did like a trial run last week, and I, caught up with them on Monday. And I'm like, but this is trial and error. Even now, I mean, especially if I have something like new on my plate, even now, I'm like, oh, I did not give myself enough time, right? So things happen. And then you also got to remember, I get up super early. You see that in the affirmations, to do my mindset, to like fill my cup first, because the entire day is to everybody else. It's to my students. It's to you guys. It's to whoever needs me. It's to, Hunter. It's everywhere, right? Like it's everywhere else. So every morning and every night I've scheduled time for myself. In the morning, it's about 2 to 3 hours where I do my mindset. I do what I need to do to get myself and my head straight. I set myself up. This is not, I go and work and things like that. The only thing I do work-wise is the affirmations for you guys. And that doesn't even feel like work because I'm literally telling myself the same affirmations. And then I go away and I do my thing until I go wake up Hunter. And then every night, the last 30 minutes to an hour, I will go and take time to myself. I'll watch TV and not feel guilty for it. I don't like people with this whole hustle culture where you're not allowed to enjoy TV. You should be focusing on other things. You're not allowed to do Netflix. You should be focusing on building your business. What are you doing? That's not fair, right? Like, we all need downtime. We give so much to everybody else. Now, if it's like you're spending 3 hours a day watching Netflix and you do that every single day, I could see where they would mean that. But if you want to sit down and unwind and read a book and do Netflix and do something that is completely not progressive for you, I don't see what the issue there is. And I never understood that. So you want to keep up with that as well. And minimizing your distractions. The other thing is, and this is crazy, but people forget, you need to schedule in breaks. And I am still guilty of this. I haven't even eaten yet today. But I do that on purpose. It's not even intermittent fasting. The second I eat, even if it's super healthy for me, I get tired. So I tend to eat closer to 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and I stop by 6. So like I'll eat like a small lunch, a small snack, and a small dinner. all by 6 o'clock so that I can be done. It's not on purpose. It's just I need to stay focused, and so that's what works for me. Everyone else calls me crazy. So I am definitely something like that. Now I'm going to give you a fun one for the students, or for the ladies, not the students. You have to learn how to say no. You need to start saying no to other people. If you want to become successful and you want to push yourself into reaching any goal, it doesn't even have to be successful. I'm meaning money, successful in life, successful in losing weight, successful in this, and this. You need to tell other people no that are burning up your time for unnecessary things. And that's hard for us, and especially for women, to do that. You need to be able to say, you know what, I have to set boundaries here. I have to say no to this. I have to say no to going out and drinking tonight if they don't always align with your priority and goals. This will help you avoid overcommitting. Ensure that you not have enough for what matters most. A lot of people like got on my case because I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I don't smoke. I don't do anything like that, right? And why would I? It slows me down. It's not necessary. Now, do I have a glass of wine here and there? Sure, when I'm out of the country because I get migraines otherwise drinking here because of all the preservatives. But that's besides the fact. But learn to say no and just do the things that matter most. And go enjoy your life to a point, but I think the best thing I could have done in my 20s was work on my goals and my dreams, and in my early 30s work on my goals and my dreams, because now I get to go party more. I say go and live life more. I get to go travel, I get to experience life more. But I put in 7 solid years of working. And I'm not saying go out there and just hustle the crap out of yourself. Actually, I don't really recommend that. It's very tiring. But I did prioritize what was most important to me at that time to get me to a certain level. And so I said no a lot, and I didn't do a lot of the things I wanted to do to get me to where I am now, to where now I'm like, okay, let me go enjoy my life. Let me go buy a ton of art that now I'm running out of wall space, and I bought 10 more on a cruise. So there's that. And things like that, where I went to go and live my life and travel and do the things I want to do. And that time management is super important in the beginning to do that. And if you can, start delegating out tasks. Start delegating. I have somebody that comes and cleans my house, deep cleans it once a week. I have somebody that comes and walks my dogs once a week. I do the other days, but I have her come on my busiest day. So I can focus on the things I need to do. I have people that clean my pool. I have people that take care of my yard. I gave that stuff out so that I could focus. Now, I just started doing that. So for those of you that are like, okay, that's great, you have a lot of money. That wasn't always the thing. That wasn't always there, okay? So that was something you can start delegating. A lot of you do have spouses. You have support. You have family nearby. You have older kids that can help. Delegate that out and don't feel guilty for it. One of the best things I could have done for my son last night was last night. I was reading Maria's comment. I was not on your call, so I didn't know you did that. One of the best things I did was I sat down with my son when he was about 5. Okay. And we do this about once a year that I remind him, but I sat down, and when you talk to people that are in your life that are going to start having less access to you, not my son, but like, I need to close the door to work for about an hour, give me an hour, things like that. They're going to feel neglected and taken out of, and you're going to start feeling guilty. So to avoid that, I sat down with Hunter and I shared with him what I was going to do, that I had to put my head down and focus on this during this time. But what you do is everyone thinks, what is in it for me, right? If you do this, that's great, but what's in it for me? So you have to say things like I did with Hunter. He was 5 at the time when we had this first conversation. So keep that in mind. I said, if I can do this, you can go and see your dad more often because I can afford to help pay for it. You can go to Disney more. I can take you out for ice cream. You can do soccer. You can do MMA and karate. But in order for me able to do that and afford this, because we were younger, we didn't make the money we made now, I have to work during these times. And when I am working, you have to let me focus on this. And then as soon as I'm done, we can go do this for you. And I still do this. He's 10 and a half. He's almost 11. I still do this with him. We still have conversations because every once in a while I have crazier weeks. I have to jump in and put out fires and stuff like that. and he will say something, and I say, buddy, I have to do this now because of this and this, but now I can take you to go do this because of it. And he is very understanding. He is very like, but he's been raised to do it in that way. Now, if your kids are older and you haven't started that, just start now saying, hey, I got to do this, but I get this deal under contract. I can take you where you want to go, right? Like I can take you to Italy. I can take you to these things. Like for Hunter, I took him, flew him first class with me to Japan so he could see his dad, paid for it all. Okay. So he could see his dad. But up until that point, I had a crazy few weeks, and I said, this is how I can afford that, buddy. So he understands. So you have to have a conversation. You have to be able to say no and delegate out. Hey, can you help with your little sister today? Or, hey, honey, can you start taking over these chores so I can actually get you out of your job quicker by focusing on real estate, right? I'm applying it to real estate because we're a real estate group. All right. And then every week I will reflect and adjust on what I've been working on. So what I had the students do, I gave them way more detail. I don't have the time for that today to give you the full details. So I want you to practice this though, is I want you to sit down one day a week, usually in the beginning of the week, Sunday to Tuesday. Don't go later into that because weeks are insane. I pick Sunday, you can do Monday, things like that. But what you can do is you can start delegating tasks. Okay, what are the must-dos that I have to do? Let me get that on my calendar. Then start breaking it down to those that maybe you don't have to do. See if someone else can do it. Things like that to start breaking things down into a more clear way. Everything goes on the calendar. I mean, down to when I go to bed and wake up. Like everything goes so that I can make sure that I get it. And that may seem crazy to some of you, but this is also how I run 4 businesses. I have 3 different teams that I have to oversee. I have a son that is fully dependent on me. I don't have help. So this is how I run it. And if you want to get to a point where you run things the same, you have to get very strict and very disciplined with your schedule. You can't say, oh, I don't feel like doing this today. Like that's not an option for me, right? Like I don't feel like washing the dishes every night, but who else is going to do it right now? I'm not going to pay for full-time help. So that is something I'm just not there yet. I don't feel like I need to do that. So it's like I have to do it. So it's things like that you have to dedicate to your life and be disciplined on, because once you push it off, then it gets onto another day or it just doesn't get done. And so time management is something that's incredibly crucial for all of us. I help a lot of my team with it if they need help and they reach out like, hey, I just don't have enough time. Can we sit down? We do have those conversations. I help a lot of people with time management. I'll sit with the students and help them. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to make this happen. If you want to run a real estate investing business, this isn't a hobby. This is a job. This is a business. And so you have to put the time into it. But then I don't know any other job where if I put a couple hours worth of work in to this one single property, what other job are you going to get a $10,000 return or monthly cash flow for years, things like that? I don't know any other job where you're going to get thousands of dollars in return for a couple of hours of your time. So I wanted to kind of like bring that up. And so I would love your feedback on where you feel like you're struggling into the chat. There's a delay, but maybe while I'm live, I can help some of you guys kind of get to that point. I've been working on my time blocking and it really does help. It does. This is the biggest hurdle. This is helping. I need to find some help. That's the thing. I got tired of spending my entire Sunday deep cleaning the house and getting things together. I'd rather just keep up with it on a daily basis and then let somebody else deep clean it and do all that stuff, right? Like that's just something that I do. I got tired of, I don't like to cook. I know I'm Italian, but I don't like to cook. I don't have time for it. I'm too tired at the end of the day. By choice, I choose to work as much as I do, by the way. I'm the one that added on a 4th business this year. But at the end of the day, so I have my meals delivered, right? And there's things that I choose to do because I'm like, this is just way easier for me to have it done. I don't know about you, but I'm not going out there and cutting the grass, okay? It's way too hot here in Florida. It's like 90 degrees already today. So there's no way. Let somebody else do it. Why do I need to take that time? Yep. That's what I do. I clean 30 minutes every day and that's it. It's relaxing. Yeah. As a wife, mom, and business owner, I'm finding myself available for everyone and then I get distracted. So one of the things I recommend for you is do your things first during the day so that as things come up. So I'm most productive. This is another thing. You have to find when you're most productive. I'm most productive between the hours of 4 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's when I can get everything that's important done. So you need to find your most productive days. One of my students is like, I'm most productive at midnight. I was like, okay, well, then that's when you're going to do the things you need to do, right? So you need to put those times that you can before your day gets crazy, before things can come up and someone calls you and somebody's in the hospital. I had that happen this week. Things like that need to be done before anything else can happen. So that will help you out and get you going and kind of like schedule those important things, right? So that's for you to decide, when can I get it done before life is pretty much crazy. Here's the other thing. In my team, I know Amanda can attest to it. I disappear when my other businesses need me during that time block. So all of a sudden, between 1 and 3, I'm gone from the REIW business. You can't get a hold of me. You're not able to do anything. I turn off all my distractions and I focus on another business, right? So you have to get to a point to understand and be able to be okay with saying no. And it started messing with my money. So that took enough for me to say no to people and not show up and be like, if it's important, you can deal with it, or you can wait until I'm done with what I'm currently doing. I feel like I should not take time to take care of myself. Why? We only have one life. We only have one life. Do you want to spend it constantly at service of other people and not taking care of you? You are your most important person right now. Without you, nothing else can happen in a lot of cases, right? So you have to take care of yourself. Don't feel guilty for it. Work out, schedule it with the trainer. That's what I do to make sure I show up. 4 days a week, 3:30 p.m. I'm out with a trainer working out. I used to do it in the morning and I prefer that, but I picked afternoons because I kept having to cancel in the morning. Don't feel guilty for taking care of you. Because if you fall, if you end up in the hospital because you're so busy taking care of everyone else, they all fall too. You can't pour into another's cup until yours is full, right? So take care. I love that quote. So take care of yourself because you are the most important person right now to yourself. Okay? It's important to know your natural biorhythm and leverage it. Yes. This is gospel, right? Focus times on each business and remember it will mess with my money. That exactly. I don't want to mess with my money. That's why Laura says I will be the perfect landlord, because I am not about that life. You will be gone as quick as possible. Like, I'm just not somebody there. That's why I'm going into landlord friendly states only. Exactly. What else are we feeling? We have to put ourselves first. Otherwise we can't take care of anyone else. Exactly. Exactly. You can't take care of someone else. If you get sick, those people can't depend on you anyway, right? So might as well take care of yourself and care about yourself first. That's always going to be, you are your most important person. And I'll say that over and over and over, and I stand by that. It's definitely time. So time management is good. While more comments come in, please, please, please send me comments. I want to talk a little bit about my raffle winner. I do have to do that. So give me 1 second. So we have a raffle. We were giving out all kinds of stuff here this week in the Facebook group. So how do you get entered into the raffle? I'm waiting for things to come in. As far as comments, you have to get into our Facebook group, Real Estate Investing Women, if you're not already in there, because I'm live on all of it. You do have to answer the questions for us to let you in. This helps us prevent spam as much as possible. It still gets in, but we try. So all questions have to be answered, and then you just have to comment the crap out of everything. We are promoting community. We're promoting people to be able to, help each other out and all of that. And so the person that comments the most throughout the week gets the raffle. And so this week, what we offered, I didn't even pull it up. I didn't think about it because of all the tech issues, is we offered this time management book. It will help you break down your week down into 30-minute increments. It's a cool book. So we offered that with a $40 gift card to Office Depot to help you out. I think it's Office Depot or Office Max and all of that. Good morning, Leanne. And so just kind of wanted to do that. So are we excited for the raffle? You have 1 week to claim this raffle prize. So you have 1 week to claim this. Otherwise, we will save it and probably just give it out at the retreat or something like that. So you have 1 week to email in. So this is the winner is Jan Diertz. I'm gonna mess up your last name. Jan Diertz Mukamela. You are the winner. I'm sure you get butchered. I know my last name gets butchered all the time. Liz Klingseisen. Trust me, I get it. I get a lot of people that ask. So congratulations. You won this raffle. So I'm really excited for that. All right. It's in the group, Cindy. So if you want to go into the group, you'll see that post of which book it is. Okay. So I don't see anything else coming in. I want to talk a little bit about the last thing. We are finishing up our masterclass this week. It is too late to join, so we unfortunately cannot accept anyone else into that. But it's been a phenomenal, phenomenal class so far. Anyone that's in it is just really raving about it, and it's been phenomenal. Our next big event, though, is the retreat in May. The retreat in May is going to be huge. This isn't just real estate, okay? We are doing a whole vibe. It is a retreat. There's yoga in the morning. There's going to be a mermaid dinner show where they're swimming in the tanks by dinner. You get to sit with all the coaches that are coming, all the guest speakers. We have a bus tour. We are almost sold out, Amanda. Do you know how many we have left? We're down to the wire on that. We are taking you to title companies. We are taking you into live Airbnbs. We are taking you into fix and flips that are on the way, rentals that are coming up, things like that. You get to talk to the people that are wholesaling this, that are investing in these properties. We have 6 left. And it's a phenomenal experience. You do not have to be a student to attend, but if you are a student, you get 2 free general admission tickets to it. So Amanda said she's going to PM you. You do not have to be a student to attend. This is open up to the public. Now, our students do. They do get to have private access to the coaches. They get to separate half of most of the retreat. They're in a different room so that they can work hands-on on their business with the coaches. So they do get a little more priority, but we do open this up to everyone. There's still a lot of information that's going to be going out at these things. Everyone always says, not one person has told me it wasn't worth coming, right? We are going to have a networking hour the Friday night before. This is May 19th through the 21st. We're going to have a networking hour. We're going to have mindset sessions. We're going to give out big, big raffles. We have private lenders there, probate real estate attorneys there. We have title companies, all kinds of stuff that are going to be there, private money lenders on site, things like that. So you don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it. So I wanted to just talk about that. So Amanda will post the link to the retreat here. Like I said, we extended, so we only had a couple of bus tour seats left, and then they told us that the bus that we reserved was no longer going to be available. I don't even know why, so they gave us a bigger bus. So we were able to extend a couple more seats there, the bus tour. So we extended it on all fronts. So if you want to come, you need to come. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to regret it. Every time we post about what's going on, I get at least 5 to 10 comments that say, I regret not showing up. Every time. I'm going to post it on the other site for you ladies because I know it's going in the group. So let me get it here. For those of you that are on Instagram and all of that before I turn off this live and it disappears. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited. All my coaches are flying in for this. I have people coming from Washington, California, New York, Missouri, Texas, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Illinois, definitely Florida, Georgia. I know I'm missing some. New Jersey. I have people flying in from everywhere. So I am so excited. It's my favorite part of my job. It's my favorite part are these events because they are just so fun. So I'm going to get off here and talk to you guys later, but you definitely want to try and come. Once those bus tour tickets are out, they're out. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We close the whole entire thing. There will still be like yoga on the beach mindset, networking hour, getting to meet us in person. Please remember to to show get pictures with me. Everyone always forgets. I forget because I'm running around the whole entire time. But do that. Do we need to purchase tickets for the mermaid show? If you bought the elite package, you do not. It's included. The tickets for the show is included. So if you're in the elite package with the bus tour, the mermaid show, all of that, it's all included in that package. So no, we already bought the tickets ahead of time. We already bought them, so we had the seats. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna get off here. I don't see anything about time management. I do hope to see you. I forgot to mention something so important. We're offering payment plans on this, by the way, because some people were like, hey, I don't get paid until this time, this time, and this time. So if you click that link, it gives you an option for a payment plan. You can bring a second person for half off. So what are you waiting for? You can make payments on this. It just has to be paid off by the retreat. So I'm going to go because now I'm just rambling, which is my forte lately. Love you, ladies. Thank you for listening. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how the time blocking goes. I am the one that scrolls this group and sees what everyone's doing on all the channels. It's my thing. I love to do it. I hope this was very informative for you. And I'm just super excited about everything. So I am going to get off here. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.